Zoe, I want to do coconut TV. That's my part. Can I sit there, please? Is that okay? Can I sit there? Can you get off? Yes? Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Coconut TV. Here we are with David and Jason.
Huge morph.
And yeah, we had a special guest today. Did you see Sophie? Isn't she awesome?
Sophie, she's a great guest.
Yes.
She's doing some licking of the toes here to keep the talent happy.
I am so happy to have both of you here today in this beautiful LA Sunday, right?
Yeah.
We have these studs here in the house in LA, 2 studs in LA.
Wow, since we've been called that.
We have 2
Like
studs.
never.
Are you getting goosebumps? So we're here to talk about movies, awakening with movies. Last week I was talking about spiritual practice and how watching movies is a spiritual practice. And who better to talk about awakening with movies than these 2 studs? Again, David and Jason, that do it so well because this is what you guys do, and incorporate it in your talk. So tell us a little bit about what is, that was a nice, he's trying to take in the stud thing, you see.
Jason, where were you in high school? Feeling all your high school.
People would say awakening with movies, like what even is that? Like what is that? If people watch this video, what is awakening with movies?
Well, Jesus used parables, so it's just a couple thousand years later, and we're using parables with the Spirit, with Jesus, to bring people into that clarity of the kingdom of heaven. So isn't that a fun way to come into the experience of the kingdom? I mean, most people about praying and meditating and breathing techniques and postures and this. Why not wake up with the movies, is what I said. So, and the Spirit's like, yeah, that's good. I actually can use this, and it's a good, viable route to come to the kingdom of heaven, and it works.
And how do you do it, Jason? How do you, like when you get together in a gathering, how does it work? Do you put the movie in silence and talk about it, or how does it work?
Well, actually, like what David said, wake up with the movies. That's actually my business card. Like some people like train to be, an actor or an actress or a director, or in the sci-fi stuff in the movies. I trained to like let the Spirit come through and be very specific about the parable of the movie that suits the seeming need at the time. So we just, like the movie Transcendence, Johnny Depp character is actually like a symbol of the Jesus or the Christ, where he goes through this transformational process and brings all the other characters, if they want to, into the movie. And so we just highlight those scenes and then pause it, and if people want to talk about it or ask questions, we open up.
I think that's so cool, and David was, for everyone to know, David was the first one that got me into this, because when he gave me his book, if you could pass me the book, he gave me, you have 2 of them, you have them in Spanish, so you have Movie Watcher Gets Alignment and the same one in Spanish, and you gave me this, and I think it's so neat, and I've talked about it on Coconut TV before, that you have the movie and then you have the explanation of the awakening and what are the symbols in the movie, what's ego, Holy Spirit, the holy relation, the social relation, forgiveness. I was in awe, and I think the reason is because every time I watch a movie that's awakening, I feel so good. I feel my oneness, and I think it's so great that you guys are doing this. The question for both of you, could answer it, whoever wants to answer it first, but can we just be a little bit more specific, like on the messages of each movie? For instance, like let's talk about what kind of movie do you guys like? Let's just bring up a topic. What movie?
Well, there's famous ones like Groundhog Day or Truman Show or Matrix.
And the reason I ask that is because I feel that people might think that these are movies like that are not mainstream movies. They probably might think that it's, some movie, I don't know, some Jesus, which is fine, a Jesus movie or...
We got Lego, X-Men.
Exactly. I was like, Lego's gonna awaken me? Yesterday I was like, are you sure it's the Lego one, the one with the Legos? And he's like, yeah, Maria, it's the one with the Legos. Oh, okay. That's it. For instance, like the Lego movie, for the people that have seen it, I'm not sure who has, but let's just have a little expert of what's the meaning in that movie.
Well, Emmett is kind of like in Groundhog Day, there's Phil the weatherman, and in the Matrix it's Neo. Emmett is kind of the character that's going to go through a character transformation of being an ordinary, everyday Lego construction worker and go through a transformation where he sees not only that he is the one, or the special, they call it there, but he's fulfilling prophecy, that it's not really a prophecy, but it isn't for the movie, and then he has to realize that he is, and so is everyone else. So he was spirit, we'll say, and everyone is spirit. He is love, everyone is love. He is, joy, and everyone is joy, and that's a big topic, that's like the major topic of self-realization. We were just at Yogananda's Self-Realization Fellowship Shrine, and now you're mentioning the Lego movie. They seem to have no connection whatsoever. It's animated, but we know about the Lion King and Pocahontas, and there's been a lot of people think, oh yeah, that's a good message. Yeah. And the Lego movie's got it all.
What, Jason, since you do this, and you're really good at it. I've seen him do it, by the way. Check him out. He's really good at it. You're really the stud. So we're gonna go quickly just to go over some of the movies so people can have an idea. What would be a good movie for forgiveness that has a forgiveness message? Like, just come from the top of your head that we have to do forgiveness.
Well, actually, two flash in mind. Transcendence, which I just talked about, but also Son of God.
Son of God, okay.
If you have any ideas of what you think Jesus is, the movie seems to play out some of those thoughts. And it's a good movie to forgive the Jesus story and what seemed to happen.
Son of God, okay.
Be told what actually happened.
How about holy relationship and special relationship? This is a good one. There's a lot of those, I'm sure, but something that comes...
flashed through my mind for
about time. Okay.
About time.
Okay.
50 First Dates. Most people have seen Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Where he tries to go at her more from the specialist perspective, but it's a memory thing, and she finally sees him at the end of the movie, and she paints him in all these paintings, even though he thinks he did not connect with her. Deep down in her subconscious, he connected big time. And she's in all of these paintings, like I see you everywhere, and she paints him, and it's this love that is universal, that's beyond the personal, romantic. He just tries to reach her so deeply after her head injury, her memory issues, so that's a big one.
What I love is, I always say that spirituality, A Course in Miracles, is fun. It's so fun, and I feel that this movie Awakening that you guys are doing is fun. It's a great way to get together, right? Yeah. What do you guys suggest? I get together a bunch of friends, have popcorn, candy, right?
Yeah,
like we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna do a group tonight. Yeah. And people at home, if you get the book, I'm gonna put the website on the comments below and on the description, I say, and you can look up David's website, and also you could get the book. And what's great is, as I said, and you can see it here, you can see the title of the movie as well as the meaning that it has, or the symbols that it has in reference to the awakening. Also, I had seen that you can write in here. You have some things you can do here, right? Exercises, yeah.
For healing the mind, like using the characters to see where you're triggered in your emotions, and then you use these like instrument for peace, kind of like a Byron Katie worksheet, and you go through and trace it back to forgive the underlying belief system. That's how you use the movies to wake up, not just for entertainment. So.
Yeah, and also there's so many, and that's what's important for everyone to know, is that they're mainstream movies that are very good. You have Next, The Nines, Only You, Minority Report, Matrix Reloaded. There's the ones that are out now that are Lego movie, the one that you said Her the other day.
Transcendence. Special relationship.
Holy relationship and special relationship is which one? Her. Okay, Her. There's also Maleficent. I love that movie. It has a lot of symbols there, and it gets me really excited. First of all, being between both of you, but it's just so nice to be able to have a spiritual practice that's fun, and you can get together and make light of it, and with your friends and family, and do something that awakens you. Plus, I always say it's like 2 hours of your time, 2 hours and a half. You might as well make it a good time, instead of watching something that's not going to elevate your soul, right? Yeah. Because I have felt it, and I have to be very honest, because I call it how it is. Sometimes I watch movies and they really drain me, and I'm left depressed. I'm like, why the hell did I watch that for?
Yeah, this is like a whole different purpose. I'd say too that it's not just watching a few movies. It's actually, just like with anything, it becomes a whole pathway to God. So, for example, let's say you love movies and you want to open to God, but you're kind of bored or you're burned out, and frankly, a lot of people are in this world really burned out around religion or different spiritual practices. And then you start watching it. Maybe let's say you live in a remote area, you live up in the mountains or something. You get the book, and then let's say you've got a little video rental place up there. You don't even have good broadband, or you're way out in the woods. You actually can go rent a bunch of movies, get the book, and work through it, and it's a great way to start moving inward. Then if you live in a big city like Los Angeles or whatever, you got good internet.
You could make a movie.
You could do anything you want. You could make this your life. It could actually turn into a way that you teach spirituality in comfortable, relaxing, enjoyable, fun ways. And also, we've got an online Movie Watcher's Guide to Enlightenment, mwge.org, which goes even further than this. This is like the tip of the iceberg. Now, let's say you go into mwge.org, and you're going through some jealousy or envy, or you're going through some rage, or you're going through some kind of depression, we'll say. You're clinically depressed. Then you go in there. We have an emotional index, which lets you zoom in to the emotion that you're experiencing right now, and then you go to the emotional, and it tells you which movies to watch to help break you out of that emotional heaviness, your intensity. Now this is specific. You can go, okay, I need 2 or 3 movies to really pop me out of this. So instead of draining your mind, it actually pops you out of the drain and gets you energized and excited again, and then you can do that. And then there's lead-ins. Like with this, we have a paragraph or something.
You'll lead in,
There we may have like audio or video lead-ins actually to it, setups to it.
The point that you just made now, David, is fundamental. I mean, it's vital, because that's the whole point is to bring you back within, and to bring you back to God, to bring you back to your truth, to the love that you are. And what a better way to do it than with movies? It's something fun, it's joyful. You can share in that awakening with your brothers and sisters, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel
Very
that?
much you can share it. He's intoxicated just hearing the possibility.
Yeah, it's just what you just said is key, and I'm happy you shared that, because that's what this is about, and that's why I love it so much, because I feel every time I watch a movie, I go to Netflix, by the way, everyone, and I've gone through all of them. They're not all on Netflix, but I have found a lot of them on there, and every time, and sometimes I just pause the TV and I'll just like read it again. I'll be like, what was it again? Okay, let me watch. Okay, he said this. Okay, I'll watch it again. So I feel so good after. So I definitely suggest everyone to take it on and try it and see if it's something that calls you as well, and have fun. And it's another way when you go to the movies to have the intention of waking up more and more to who you really are, which is love. Right?
Yes.
Which is love. So we have a cocoism every week, an affirmation which people take with them, and I'll have one of you guys share the affirmation. It's just whatever.
My journey to God can be happy and fun, and I can actually enjoy it.
I love it. That's totally aligned to what we just said. Good. David's a stud. What a joy to be with 2 studs today. Thank you for joining me here on Coconut TV. Till next time. Bye. Hasta la próxima.
Hasta la vista.